As we reach the halfway point in this ceremony, we're delighted to have the opportunity today to celebrate the 10th anniversary of BBC Persian television and commemorate the bravery of its journalists. BBC Persian, hugely popular among millions of people, but it's also viewed as a threat to the Iranian government. Many journalists from the Persian service and their families have been targeted, harassed and intimidated by the authorities. Yet they courageously continue their work, fighting for the right to report freely. Tonight, we have with us from BBC Persian presenter Rana Rahimpour and head of the service Rosita Lofti. Please welcome them to the stage.
Good evening. My name is Rana Rahimpour, and I'm being investigated by the Iranian authorities who claim my work is a crime against Iran's national security. Since 2009, when we launched our TV channel, my colleagues and I have been systematically targeted by the Iranian authorities because of our work as journalists. It takes many forms. In 2013, when I had my first baby, my father had his passport confiscated at Tehran airport as he tried to leave the country to visit me and my newborn daughter. He was interrogated, banned from traveling for a year, and was told he had to stop me working for the BBC Persian service. He didn't, and obviously he won't. I believe we have to carry on despite the personal and professional harassment. Journalism is not a crime, and we're not criminals. And you will see now, over our first 10 years at the BBC Persian television, we haven't shied away. In fact, we have flourished.
BBC Persian reaches a weekly audience of approximately 22 million people in Iran, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, and around the world, providing content on TV, radio, online, and social media. It's one of the BBC's most popular and successful global services.
Over the last decade, the Iranian authorities have carried out a concerted campaign of harassment, intimidation, and reprisals against our friends and colleagues at BBC Persian and against their families in Iran. Here are some of their testimonies.
On social media, I repeatedly have been targeted by threats of sexual nature.
It's been 12 years now since I visited my hometown, Tehran. During this time, I lost my sister and my grandmothers, and I wasn't able to see them for the last time.
One of my sisters was told, it's a matter of time. We will catch him. We will bring him back to Iran and peel his skin alive.
Despite exceptionally challenging circumstances for them and their families back in Iran, BBC Persian still manages to broadcast to a weekly international multi-platform audience of millions, consistently delivering world-class reporting. I am proud of them for their daily dedication to pursue independent, impartial journalism while facing huge personal sacrifice.
In 2017, after the asset freeze and criminal charges, the BBC began advocacy activity on our behalf. British MPs, the House of Lords, the European Parliament, and the UN have publicly called on the Iranian authorities to stop their campaign of intimidation. Antonio Guterres has called for action to protect all journalists under attack. He said, in the face of this sustained campaign of intimidation, harassment, and lack of accountability, we, the international community, cannot remain silent. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my colleagues at the Persian service for their dedication and determination to serve our audience with the best of the BBC. Thank you to One World Media for celebrating BBC Persian Television's 10th anniversary. It's a huge honor to be recognized amongst our peers. And finally, my thanks to you all for supporting us in our efforts not to remain silent. Thank you.